What's up, y'all? This your girl, Sunshine Barbie. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Amazon. Really, check us out on Amazon.com. Search Sunny Barbosa, SUNNIBARBOSA, for our latest in positive media. How y'all doing today? I'm doing great. I'm just up here at the park, at the lake, just visiting God, talking with God, reading scriptures, meditating, taking time for myself, getting my head together, figuring out, what I need to do today. It's kind of late already. It's already 9:30. I have a lot to do today, but I just wanted to go ahead and get this video done. I'm going to talk about myself today. I'm looking over in the trees because it's a red bird over there, some red birds just flying around, just posted up in the trees. I love nature. So, like I said, I'm talking about myself today. I think I did some videos a while back where I was talking about, like holding yourself accountable and, talking about like a past relationship that I was in, and I think I like called the guy a jerk or something like that. It's like red birds everywhere. And I called the guy a jerk or something like that. And then I came back and said, like, you know what I mean? To say, like, like I'm putting blame for whatever happened in the relationship on him. And that, like, if he wanted to get back with me, that, I will be glad to. Because for a long time, I really thought that our breakup was my fault. Even though I was mad at him, I still thought the breakup in the relationship was my fault. And because honestly, I feel like I didn't do as much as I could have done or should have done in the relationship. I did not honor him as much as I could have. I did not respect him as much as I could have. I didn't care for him as much as I should have. And, that's not cool. When we're in a relationship, we're supposed to give our all. But, sometimes it's a reason why you're not giving your all. And I'm not the kind of person that just, like, shit on people. I'm not going to swear, y'all. I'm not the kind of person that just poop on people, for no reason. Most of the time, if it's something that I'm tripping about, it's something that the person is doing that's causing me to trip. So I kept thinking about the relationship and I kept dwelling on it. I couldn't get away from it because I kept feeling like it was my fault. And because I did not give my all, and I was always taught by my foster mother to, shout out to my foster mother. Hey, mommy, love you. Heidi Red. Hey, lady. I was always taught by her to never give up on a situation until you know that you've given your all. And that way you can walk away with your head up. You won't have to look back. You won't have to have any regrets. And you can know that, hey, you did everything you could do and it didn't work out. So you good. You can move on. But if you don't give your all, then you will feel regrets. You will keep doubling back. You will keep, and shouts out to Love Dorsey because she talks about holding yourself accountable. She talks about doubling back. And she's right. You will do those things because you feel it's still left open. It was no closure, and you didn't give your all. So I wanted the relationship back, and God let me do that. He brought him back. So we got back together, and it was like a few months, maybe like 4 or 5 months, and we tried to work it out. Talked about, being married and all that kind of stuff. And it just seemed like I still didn't have him all the way. Still seemed like his mind and his heart was with his ex, who he had not been with for 8 years. Because 4 of those years we was together, and 4 of those years before me, he was just by himself. Just playing the field or whatever. And so it just seemed like to me that even though he wasn't with this person no more, that his heart was still there, you know. And I just, I know that, it's some men out there, they gonna have multiple relationships or whatever. But as for me, right now, at this point in my life, I'm not really with that. And if you can't give me all of what I need from you, then I can't even fathom you being with somebody else. You know what I mean? And like I'm talking about, we're gonna be in a committed relationship, a committed marriage. We're gonna be married to each other, and we're gonna be committed to each other. I'm it take one heck of a man, one heck of a king to be able to juggle multiple women and to do right by all of them, to provide for all of them, to give all of them what they need mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all these things. And that just takes a whole lot. And this person, he did not have enough of nothing to even try to do anything like that. You got to be able to take care of home before you can do anything outside of home, or even think about doing anything outside of home if you're a real man. And if that's the situation, like my girl Love Dorsey said, if that's a situation where it's the type of man that he feel like he need multiple women, hey, be a man and be straight up about that. Don't front and don't fake like you want to be with one woman, but you really know you want to be with multiple women. Cause people have the right to make the decision to decide if that's what they want to deal with, and if that's what they want to be bothered with, or if they can deal with that. So if you're not coming at me like that, straight up saying, hey, this what I want to do, you're telling me that you just want to be with me, that's what I'm going to expect for you to be with me. And so, I mean, it's like, if you don't give me that, but that's what you said you was going to give me, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem because you're not fulfilling the need. And so when we got back together, I did everything I was supposed to do. Everything I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? Cook, clean, iron clothes, braided hair, everything that I could do for him to show him that I care for him. Pray for him, pray with him, go to church with him, playing with him. Everything that I felt that a woman needs to do with her man to show him that she with him, she down for him, she there for him, she care for him, she love him, she want to be in this situation. I did that. I did all of that. And what I saw was that it wasn't me. Because even though I did all of that, his mind, his ties was still with somebody else. Even though he tried to say it wasn't, I'm not stupid. Women are not stupid. Men are not stupid. In our heart of hearts, in our deepest spirit, we know when somebody is not all the way with us. And we can't rest until it's straightened out. And if it don't get straightened out, then it just won't be right. And it never did get straightened out. That was a problem that we had in the beginning of the relationship, 4 years, and still was the same problem. You know what I mean? It just, when you a man, you got to be a man. You got to set the tone. You got to set things straight. You got to draw lines. You got to, it's just things that men have to do. So do women. And if I'm willing to do all these things to be in a committed relationship with you, then you need to be doing all these things to be in a committed relationship with me. And if you're not, then we got a problem. So, or if I'm not, then we got a problem. So I just didn't feel that commitment was all the way there. And I feel that I deserve more. I feel that I'm worth more, and I have a lot to offer. A lot to offer, not just laying up on my back or giving, giving sex in different ways and all this. I have a lot to offer. Communication, spirituality, inspiration, motivation, cooking, cleaning. I can cook my butt off. Pussy power. I'm sorry I said I wasn't gonna cuss. Just being down, being up, uh, sticking by their side. I got a list. I got a list of the things. Hold on. I got a list of the things that I'm good for. Wisdom, knowledge, understanding, spirituality, support, love, respect, encouragement, inspiration, submission, can-do attitude, teachable, can follow, loyalty, faithfulness, pussy power, excuse my language, cooking, cleaning, selflessness. Okay, that's 19 things right there that I have to offer. Those are powerful things. Those are needed, very, very, very much needed things. I'm still teachable. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I have a lot to offer. And I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle for a man that wants to be half committed. So, I just did not feel, I felt like we was moving too fast. I felt like I'm not going to put myself in the same situation over and over again. Like I said, I was starting to see that it was not me, that it was him. And what I did was just let go and let God. I let go and let God. Because I just got to a point where it's like, before we had got back together, I had started working on self. And oh my God, it was really needed. I learned a lot of things when I was with him, just about how to be a better person and what not to do. And so I just was at a point where I was working on self. I'm still at a point where I'm working on self, getting into God way, way, way more, getting into my children way, way, way more, my own goals, my own, things that I've always done, but just to the highest extent that I can do them at this level. And it was like, I wasn't going for the same things, and I wasn't going to do the same things when I got back with him. And it was like he couldn't deal with me working on self. You know what I mean? He just, and so, like I said, I let go and I let God. And I feel good about that. I have total peace with that. I feel like there's better opportunities for me, better opportunities for him. Because one thing about it, when I don't want your ass no more, excuse me, y'all, when I don't want you no more, I don't want you no more. So you, baby, do you have fun, live your life, live your best life, because what may not be for me at that time, something else for me. What it may not be for them at that time, something else for them. So, and that's all fine and good. I wish him the best, and I hope the best for him. I'm going to continue. What I had to do, ladies, I had to stop being afraid to be alone. I had to just go ahead on and depend on God. I always said I depended on God, but the truth is I really didn't depend on God as much as I thought I did, because I was afraid to let God guide me, to let God lead me, and to let him take care of me. And what God shows me is that, baby, I can take care of you better than any man can. And that's the truth, until he give me the man that's for me. Because I'm not saying that I don't need a man. I'm not saying that I don't want a man. I do want a man. I do need a man. But not if I don't have myself together. Not if I'm attracting the wrong men. And if I'm attracting the wrong men, then there's something wrong with me. So, and this for ladies and for men, is like, we have to do the work on self. Shouts out to Love Dorsey again. We have to do the work on self. Kevin somebody. We have to do the work on self. he be bashing women, but a lot of the stuff he be saying be really, really, really true. I'll put his name down in the the description box. But the stuff that he be saying be true. And the women that come on his show, they stupid. Like, they talk crazy, they talk weird, and they retarded. I don't know where they come from, because it's just common sense. We have to do the work on self in order to attract the right people. If you can't love you, you can't love nobody else. If you don't know what you want, then how you gonna let somebody else know what you want? And so that's the process that I'm in now, is just continuing to work on myself and just trying to make myself the best me that I can possibly be, so that the man that God have for me, when he do show up,